People were really nice this year, huh?
Yeah, the people around us were nice. Well, we almost got into one fight, remember? For a second.
Which fight? Which one?
They wouldn't let us walk through for some reason. Do you remember that?
Oh, down the stairs?
The group, no. Well, it was right after that. Down the stairs, they didn't let you through, and you were like, I'm just gonna go. Like, just people.
Like you're in the
nasty.
pathway. Like you're in the path where people are walking through. And
it's not like we were in the crowd. We were just trying to get down the steps, and they were like, "Go around, figure it out." You were like, "You can't just step aside."
Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody called her a fucking bitch.
Whoa!
When we were walking through,
because you guys were trying to get through, and she was like, "It was weird."
We were trying to leave.
Her group of friends were lined up. Not next to each other, like behind and in front of each other. It was weird. So they were dancing, and like Zane went through, and then she like stepped back to close the gap between her and her friends, and then Heath tried to go, and she was like, "No, you're not going. You're not." And we're like, "We're just trying to leave," and "You're not going." And then they went through, and she was like for a second, her and Zane went back and forth, and we're pushing, and he was like, "What do you do? Like, what are you doing?" She was like pushing him, and he left, and I walked by, and she called me a bitch, and I didn't even do anything, so I checked her shoulder.
There you go.
And I ran for my life.
I said violence. All right.
Where I was like, I think I hit somebody.
That was crazy.
Yeah, people are fucking nasty at those festivals, man.
We're all here for the same reason. Relax.
Look, we all
Listen,
paid.
none of us want to be here. I know.
Like, well, except for SeatGeek paid for my house. But we all paid.
It's so funny seeing your phone like after each night. It's like 38 missed calls from the same friend. There's no, and all the calls are like 3 seconds long, 2 seconds long, 15 seconds long.
I got to tell you about the Revolve shit. So apparently there was a lot of people were complaining about the Revolve Festival, right? And I completely understood why. So everybody decides that they want to go to the Revolve Festival. And at this point it was like 4:35 p.m. I was like, there's no way we're going to make it like to the festival. Like it's going to take so long to get there. We drive the bus driver is told to go to Coachella, but none of us know that. So we're all thinking we're going to Revolve. No. It takes us 45 minutes to get to the festival. We get there and everyone's like, is this it? And we're like, no, we're at the festival. And then me and Todd look at each other. We're like, guys, let's just go to the festival. We don't need to go to Revolve. And then people were like, no, we want to go. And we're like, oh my God.
No.
So we had to leave from the festival, go all the way to Revolve. We thought we were going to Revolve, but no, we were going to the wristband
pickup
location first. We had to pick up the wristband, which took like 30 minutes. And we get there and we're like, none of us have wristbands. Like, what the hell are we going to do? And everybody is freaking out, trying to get on these buses to get to festival. God. Apparently, it was like Fire Festival at this like wristband station because they only had like 2-3 buses, but there were hundreds of people trying to get into this festival that they were all invited to go to, and people paid. There was people that paid past to like $2,000 to go to Revolve Festival, and they couldn't even get on the fucking bus to get to the festival after paying $2,000.
I heard a lot of people complaining, and then I heard a lot of people explaining the whole Revolve thing. They said, which is crazy, that was it the bus driver that was told to go somewhere?
I think there was a misunderstanding with the bus driver.
So if you would have went there the first time and not to the festival, whoever gave the bus driver that information, I think you would have been fine, because everybody said they were like, all these influencers complaining and calling it Fire or whatever that was. I don't know what that means, but they were saying that everyone that got invited to Revolve, you had a time to show up. So a lot of influencers show up late to things, and that's pretty much what they did. And then they all complained that like it was hell getting in there.
Gotcha.
But all the influencers that showed up at their designated time, they recorded getting in, and it was a breeze. They were treated well. Like they got their band right away. They let them in because they came, because they all signed contracts saying what time they were showing up. So if you didn't show up in that window, you were screwed. And then it was mobbed with people, because people just showed up whenever they wanted. But
and then everybody shows up late and they're like, we're supposed to be here.
Right. So
I need to go to the front.
We never got an email, so we didn't know if there was any
like those people were supposed to be there, but they didn't listen
is that
to their
Is that where Post Malone performed?
Yeah. He performed his second night.
Did you get into Revolve?
We did get into Revolve, but we were there for like 30 minutes.
Oh my.
I was like, did you at least get pictures? And then you guys were like, yeah. I was like, all right, you're good.
Yeah, I took pictures of people. I mean, I helped.
Cool.
I got to the Liquid IV house was pretty cool.
I'm so mad I didn't get to see
go to that.
It was at the Polo Estate where we stayed at the last Coachella.
It looked so familiar, and I was like, why does that look so familiar? But it didn't hit me until
it was at the house we
when we pulled up, and I'm like, this is our old place. And then everyone was like, really? You stayed at this place? I was like,
Yeah.
"Mhm."
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. My old room was up there.
Yeah, Matt's trying to get into the house. No, this is our Coachella house. Like
This is my room.
I was acting like I knew where everything was, but it was like Jack Harlow performed and like Sweetie performed, but it was so intimate. But I was like joking, like people are gonna think like on our stories that this is Coachella because it looked like a really nice bar mitzvah that was sponsored by Liquid IV because it was so intimate. Like it was just him performing for like less than 100 people.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it was a
so
very
sick.
intimate show.
I wish you guys went to Neon Carnival. It was so fun.
I know. I really wanted
Everybody
to
was
go.
over it though. I remember like you guys were so over it.
Bro,
by the end of the
we
night.
got on the bus and everybody's like, all right, we're going back to the house. I fell asleep, woke up outside of Neon Carnival, and I was like, what the fuck?
Oh no.
It was
I was like, I
horrible.
am dead.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's going to be so like, it's just like.
Because
you know
I
what?
remember Neon Carnival a couple years ago when we went, and I loved it. I was like, why isn't Coachella this? Because there's rides and games and food, like whatever. It's like a little carnival. And
Deep
that's
fried
like more
Oreos.
my speed. So I really wanted to go. But the second we left the festival and sat in that bus, I knocked out.
That
I
bus
was-
drains you out.
Yeah, the
minute
bus,
you sit in there,
you
you're
hit a
like,
wall.
Oh, bus snaps hit different.
Yeah.
I do.
I like to call this weekend Sprintergello.
We
Because
were in the bus half the time.
you were spending most of your time in that
Yeah.
goddamn
Bro,
bus.
bro, I lost it. I think it was Fibula that said it, but he called it Zara Fest, and I fucking died. And because everybody went to
gosh.
Zara shopping for Coachella. Everybody had the same. Every guy had the same shit on.
Patricia learned her lesson about buying a Zara dress for Coachella because we get right when we get in the first day. Like we're just on like the VIP section. We've been there for 20 minutes. She's like, I'm gonna go pee. I'm like, oh, me too. Let's go. We go get in our porta potties. She texts me. She goes, my zipper has broken.
oh, I saw
no,
that.
yeah.
And I go, okay, let's handle this.
Let's
and I
decide.
look and I go, there's nothing we can do. And her whole back is just out and about.
What the hell
and,
do you do?
And I go to the medical station, which is a trip if you take a peek in there. But, like Coachella has already been going on for an hour, and there's kids on Molly just screaming, and they're like getting told
It's like the hospital in Fort Lauderdale.
I'm picturing like World War II. Like people are
Yes.
like they got tourniquets on and they're all just
And there's
laying
a
on the
few
beds.
zombies in there.
Yeah, like stay with me. She's fine. There was one
My
girl just
zipper
like
broke.
I go,
picture it.
do you have safety pins? And they go, we don't. I'm sorry, we don't. I'm like, okay. I go over to the general store and they go, and some chick goes, I got zip ties. And I go, that
It'll
could
do.
work. So I come back with zip ties, and we're doing this like right by the bar. People are coming in. We got Alicia, Red, BTK.
so funny.
They're all there. We're like DIYing this whole fucking.
Did you have Laura DIY
Yeah, where's
there?
Lauren?
No, we didn't see. I didn't see her till like the
could've saved
third
the
day.
day.
But man, I could have used her help. But we got that. So, but Patricia, I'm like, how are you gonna go pee? Because underneath it was like her short. She's like, I'm just gonna have to like pull it all over.
Muscle
we
it.
made it work though. But
Those porta parties are a disaster.
I didn't bother.
It's
I didn't go
great.
to. I don't think I went to the bathroom all weekend.
don't know how.
Actually,
How do you like? I still can't believe like girls like have to pee in that because guys can just stand and just
Right.
like be
I
away
feel
from it.
disgusting standing. I couldn't
Inside
even
that.
imagine.
and it's
Oh, I
so
don't
dark.
go.
Like just put a little LED light in there, some
Yeah.
solar power shit, something. Because then you're having to pull out your phone and you don't want to drop that into the
Are
abyss.
you girls having to like hold your dress up like this and stand on the toilet? Like I'm
I
just.
don't. I
how
think
are you
I've
doing
only
it?
used a porta potty once in my life. I avoid it.
I
just
think
don't
wear
it's
go.
just
diapers.
like a traditional hover.
We had one of our friends puke in one of them.
Oh,
I don't want to say
Oh.
their name. I'll let them say
Oh,
that
the
story later.
backsplash.
Oh, can you imagine
God.
puking into a porta potty?
no.
Oh, geez.
Because you're 100% getting backsplash from that.
Yeah.
There's no way you're not getting backsplash because that shit's right there.
Do you boys use the urinal or the toilet?
urinal.
There's no
You go-
there's no urinal
On the left side, there's a urinal.
Saying there's a urinal in all of them.
No, there's not.
Yes, there
Where
is.
you going up in like the
He-
VIP.
he-
No,
Tiny.
just in any porta potty.
Matt,
saying there's a
Matt, he
urinal
thinks
to
it's
the-
Wait, I thought, I did attempt it once, but nothing came out. So wait, that's a urinal?
yes. Pull
It's
up
small, right?
What?
Zane's in there.
I
Zane,
just
you
thought
think he has to
that,
put his cell phone? He goes,
I thought that was like mercury water. That's why it smells so funny.
Oh man.
What the hell is that switch?
and switch and suck you right back in there.
What a fucking.
That looks fun.
I'm just always afraid because fucking ever since that movie, I was a Jackass where they just tip over that shit. I just don't want somebody to tip over that.
I wonder how many people dropped theirs in the toilet this year.
Tons.
Would you leave it?
You know they went fishing for it too.
Absolutely.
They have a section on that Coachella site, porta potty phones. Just a bunch of broken.
I've seen videos on TikToks of girls like going in and pulling it out.
Oh, do you think girls had that shit on them for Coachella? Those urinal. Look at those.
The
Those
funnel?
little- yeah, the funnels.
Oh wait, that's actually brilliant.
I think women need in the peeing game. They
Something
gotta
has to
change
be-
it up.
change.
They gotta change it
I
up.
agree.
It's not fair.
Wait, these pictures are graphic.
I know for Amazon, like we're actually looking.
We
at
get
people.
what we know what it does.
Have you seen the ones that you come up with where you put it right in the middle of the field and you go in, like two people can go in at a time, and it's just like you pee in front of everybody, but it's so private. Have you seen those?
No.
Which was like
Were
they're
they
like
at
new
Coachella?
No, not at Coachella, but they've made porta potties that you could have in the middle of like the field where you just walk in. Type in like those like not
like
futuristic.
the mirror-looking ones, and you can see everybody.
I don't know. It's like a 2-person porta potty thing where you just walk in. It's like there's no door. You just like it's like a kind of like a. Anyways, they should have those all just around the festival grounds, and I feel like that would help a little.